Oh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to another great, big, beautiful day here on the Hermitcraft server. And in today's episode, we will nearly complete our base here on the upper level, if not completely finish it. So what we're going to be working on today is getting our interior of our telegraph office and station, manager for the warehouse, which will be in this room here. So we're going to be working on some absolutely beautiful interiors. And of course, we'll be fixing up the whole kind of walkway out here by getting all sorts of cool little details kind of themed towards other server members that might be deliveries going to their bases. Now, up in this little section up here, we're going to work a little bit more inside our sawmill by getting those interior decoration details all set up and ready to go. And I just got to stop here real quick and thank you so much for the support on the last episode. I was super worried about that episode being, we destroyed half of our base in the process, rebuilt certain segments, and removed, of course, the giant jelly, the beacon, which we're all going to relocate to other areas of the base. But thank you guys for the support on that and all the suggestions, of course, on what we're going to do for our lower level. Because like I said, our upper level is nearly done. So we're down here, of course, in the lower level of the Frontier Outpost. And this, after all the feedback that I've gotten from you in the comments, it's going to be down here. So we're going to build up an absolutely beautiful base down here with all sorts of buildings and things that I think will look really nice. And of course, there's our marina. So our Wild West town is going to be slightly unique as it's going to be underground. Now, I'm going to have a very small little town design over here, and I want you guys to help me with this one. So back over this train station, I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, this is a cool entrance, walking up to the train station. This looks really cool. So my thoughts are for this area, and if you haven't seen it, my terracotta video, I demonstrate a couple really cool kind of southwestern designs for buildings, and I think we're going to do those. We're going to do maybe 3, 4, or 5 of them all around this area. So kind of a mini little town. We're going to build some wagons and different details like that. I'm very, very excited about. And that's going to really wrap up our entire base, which I can't be more excited about, having this finally completed and show you guys that kind of wild idea I had at the beginning of the season. And seeing this all come to be makes me so very happy. Now, in our live stream, this is what we made over here. It kind of helps tie in my area to Cub's area by, my bridge built to here. And then, of course, Cub's beautiful biome he's creating with his volcano theme. And the volcano is kind of washing away my bridge. Isn't this really cool? As you can see, the train rails across here are being burned right here, looking very, very mysterious. And then if we can make it through the lava fields, we can go over this side. And as you can see, the tracks are kind of being burnt out along the edges. That, of course, was your suggestion on the Twitch stream, which I absolutely love. Got a little fire brewing. So this is what I love about being on an SMP, is how we can kind of intertwine our builds together in themes, kind of incorporating a little bit of the bridge design into, of course, Cub's volcano basin here where it's being kind of washed away. And I absolutely love that. And that's what I love Hermitcraft so very much for.
Hey, Scar, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, and it's a very nice day out on here on the Hermitcraft server. It was raining, pouring, but it has opened up clear blue skies for our flight over to your house.
Yeah, it's like the clouds parted just for us, it felt like.
I believe it did.
Oh, man. So you are ready to start on a project, I believe. I believe I put in an order a while ago for some work.
It was I wouldn't say a while. Well, yeah, it was a while ago.
So, I throw you under the bus straight away. It's been like 3 months, man. Where you been?
Yeah, so I'm looking at your book. So you're tired of the Mesa. You want to see a modern, beautiful landscape around your base, some lawns, some driveways and things. And it also says at earliest convenience, which I'm known for.
I opened it up for you. This is your earliest convenience. It's all good.
Do you want to fly over there and take a look at this place?
Yeah, let me show you what you have to deal with here. And I got a little Tony Stark Iron Man inspired mansion over here. Oh, and you're going to want to go through this little waterfall. This is how you get in.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of bumped my head on it. You were much more graceful than I am.
Oh man, I love this entrance. I love this. You got the whole superhero vibe going here. I love it.
Yep. I got my logo. It's definitely superhero-esque. So this is the inside of my mansion. Not much to look at here. I've been neglecting it way too much, but I got my little guardians here.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, is that the back of a shulker box?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
That was one of my Secret Santa gifts from Cub Fan.
Oh, I forgot they had that cool pattern on the back. That's really cool. It's definitely useful for things. So this is awesome in here. Very, very cool.
Thanks. Yeah, this is just my storage room. I got a furnace array. I need to do a lot more in here. I got shulker boxes everywhere that I need to put away. I am a hoarder. So the addition of shulker boxes was a real bad thing for me. Like now I just put random items in shulker boxes and never actually put them away where they belong.
I love how you're creating furniture out of your shulker boxes.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just invite somebody over to watch some TV. It's like, pull up a shulker box.
Yep, exactly. So if we go upstairs here, this is the main floor. It's basically just an open balcony, but the real tragedy is when you walk out these doors.
Needs some loving.
Needs some loving. I'm not even like connected to any decent path or anything. I'm just kind of separated by ugly Mesa.
Yeah. I just realized you don't actually have any pathways leading to your place. Okay.
No. I'm not one for like doing my own paths. I was just kind of hoping somebody would come along and do it, but that hasn't happened. So that's why I put the order in, because this kind of modern, fancy, Hollywood style mansion, I think it needs a surrounding landscaping that sort of matches the vibe, right?
Oh, definitely. So I'm thinking, just looking at this, maybe some like retaining walls a little bit on the side. I might have to go to the Nether for this. And then build up some, lawns across here. Now, are you a fan of the hardened clay lawns? That's a question. Some people aren't, some people are. It's like a
hardened clay lawn.
Yeah, so you do like a dark stripe of hardened clay of the green variety, and then a light stripe of the lime green, and you create a lawn. Or you could do it in just like a single like dark pattern of it. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe get some of that going on here, and maybe a gray clay kind of as a nice. Oh no, we have concrete blocks now.
Oh, that's right. We are in the snapshot, so we got a lot. Oh, you got even more choices.
Oh, I don't even know what I would use for a driveway yet. I'll have to do some testing on that. But yeah, you'd mentioned you were thinking maybe a circular driveway and maybe get some cars up on here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be this rich millionaire dude. I'm going to have a few cars to park. So maybe a little driveway with the circular thing around a fountain or something cool. I don't know, man. I'll leave it up to you. You probably have much better ideas than I do. But yeah, something like that.
Yeah, fountain sounds good. Now the cars, if I were to make you a car, it would be like a clown car and it would be an embarrassment. So I think there's probably some other people on the server that might be a little bit better at that we know of.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, clown car is probably not the style I'm going for. So I don't mind hiring out some more work. In fact, I have some interior work that I might want to get done. I know there's somebody else on the server that is pretty good with that kind of stuff. She lives over that way in the squid. So yeah, that's fine. No cars. I won't make you do that. This horse can go.
I was about to say, is this a permanent structure over here?
No, this horse can move. I had him for some reason and I didn't know what to do with him, so I kind of just left him out here. But he can go somewhere else. So.
Now, speaking of leaves,
I
have this other book, and this was a wonderful book that I got from a Secret Santa by the name of Impulse SV.
Yeah, not so secretive, was I?
No, I put my name in there too for the Secret Santa.
Okay.
Let's see. It says in this book that it entitles me to a redstone job or redstone knowledge, which I wish I could extract the redstone knowledge just out of the brain, but I'll leave it. I'll leave it because I think even if I had the knowledge, I would somehow goof it up. But what I need is potentially, if you want to, a sorter system for my leaf farm. So something that sorts out the leaves. So if I get, some oak or some spruce or some birch and it gets like sorted out into a chest, I have pretty much everything built except for that part. I even have the hoppers and everything. My friend,
you came to the right guy because I actually invented an item sorter a long time ago that has overflow protection and all that stuff. I'm sure you're going to want all those fancy features. So yeah, I kind of know how to do those. So I could bust one of those out for you. No problem. Just show me where and we could take care of that. No biggie.
Awesome. Yes. I'll have to show it to you because it's a little difficult to get to.
Okay. No problem. I got an elytra and rockets. We can get to anywhere now.
But I'm so excited to start the landscape. I think we're going to do something really cool over here. Well, I'm super hyped to start working on that landscaping and getting that all together because like I mentioned, talking to Impulse, I haven't made a modern design like that in over a year, so I'm super excited. Now, let's get to our projects today. So I've got some project boxes set up. So general landscaping supplies, general woodworking, and of course the details. That's right, any good interior design needs those details. So we're gonna have maps, we're gonna have all sorts of wonderful things throughout our designs today. So I'm super excited about that. So let's grab our project boxes and head topside. Today is all about progress, and let's get started. So let's fly on down and get started at our first project here. Ooh, take that land there. Very nice. Now, don't disregard the chat box here, guys. Don't. The scar fell from high places. I might show something as a blooper at the very, very end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Those were some big fails. Anyway, welcome to the Telegraph office. So what I'm thinking about for this interior of our station house is we're gonna build a Telegraph office over here. And now over on this side, we've got ourselves the warehouse manager. Now the warehouse manager, he might have a little seedy backstory, and I think that would fit kind of a nice little warehouse theme. So let's kind of get busy in here and start kind of working on the details. So interior designs. These are super fun, and I have not done enough of these. So the only interior designs that I've really done this year, which is crazy to think, is the train station over there, the courthouse, of course, in the White Municipal District. And what else? What else have I done in interior design? Oh, we actually did a small, very small modern house while I was away for my surgery earlier in the year. So, or actually last year to be more precise. But yeah, I guess there's been, that's the amount of interiors we've done. So we haven't done too many of those. We've really focused this year on landscaping, haven't we? We've really tried to really hone in on our skills in that regard. And I think it was well worth the time that we have spent really kind of getting into those details. But I'm looking forward to getting into some interior designs when I start some new projects soon. And one thing that kind of makes me sad a little bit about Hermitcraft right now is I've never made a house. The reason being is I want to repurpose the tents behind us, you know, the green tents and things. That's my living quarters. And I'm going to repurpose them because, of course, we're taking all survival aspects down into the lower levels. And I was thinking, like, where am I going to sleep? I'm like, I don't have a bed. So I was thinking, like, oh, that's right. I didn't make you know, a house in this season. But the design that I actually came up with is really nice, and you'll definitely see it someday. That the design will materialize in another season or another series somewhere else, because I think it's a really solid house and design. So I think this is going to be my Telegraph office entrance here. So I think that's looking nice. Now, what I want to do back here is make kind of a map of the Frontier Outpost up there. I think that would look really nice, kind of tie in a little bit with the Telegraph thing. Now, what does the Telegraph look like? It's got kind of like a Morse code, you know, thing where you tap down onto it. So I'm thinking maybe one of the repeaters or the, what's the thing? The comparator. The comparator might actually look really nice for that. Like I've always said, I'm not exactly sure what a comparator does. I've had it explained to me numerous times and I'm still slightly confused. But when I was thinking about not actually having a house on the server, I just remembered that it has been about 1 year since I got a message from the wonderful Azuma saying that, is this the official contact for Good Times with Scar? And I was like, I guess. I guess this is official. And he said, do you would like to join Hermitcraft? And I was like, yes. I was so taken aback. I was like, really? Because this is something I've always wanted as a content creator on YouTube. I always wanted to join like an awesome group of amazing people, and especially Hermitcraft, because they've just some of the most creative and wonderful people on YouTube, and especially in the Minecraft community. And I was just blown away. And I was having an awful day that day. Health was things and all this different stuff. And that just turned my day right around and really turned my year around. This year had a lot of highs and lows of 2016, but it definitely joining Hermitcraft was the highlight, especially not only my, you know, entire time on Minecraft, but my entire year. It's just an awesome thing. These don't look good. I'm gonna remove those. Let's not get too attached to that. There we go. And we'll cut this guy out right. Yep, there we go. Awesome. All right, there we go. So, like I said, this is gonna be a warehouse manager, and this is gonna be the Telegraph office. So I think that's looking really good. And when I think of Hermitcraft right now, I just am so amazed by the other members and just their creativity, and just they're always striving to just make the most amazing things possible for their viewers. And that's what I love is right now I just feel like there's just so much creative and positive energy within the server, and people just working towards making amazing things and new series, and just think of like Hermit Quest and new seasons, modded, and all these different things that everyone's working on. It just makes me so just so blessed to be a part of such an amazing and wonderful group of people. This thing up here needs a little bit of work up here. I want to keep this open, but I don't know exactly what I want to do in there. So let me think about that. And look at that ceiling, looking very fancy. We have the milk chocolate band of color going around there, and a little dark chocolate for the ceiling. I think looks really nice because we're really trying to convey that very dark wood, as this is a very old structure, and I think that's looking really cool. So I'm gonna make myself a little wood burning stove. Now, doing a lot of research for old train stations, things of that nature. One thing that is so very common, oh, it's a little rainy out here. One thing that's so common is, oh shoot, I didn't want to do that, but I did. I feel bad. I needed those for something else, but it was that there was a lot of wood stoves. And what's going on over here? We're gonna have to fix that outside, but there's always so many little wood stoves, of course, and so that's what we're gonna do over here. Just have a nice little wood stove over there. We can play around with the designs a little bit, change it up here or there, maybe even do a solid block here with a nice little point at the top if we can. There we go. Oh, I like that. I like that a little bit better. There we go. Never settle. That was the theme of our last episode. Never settle on a design if you're not satisfied with it. There we go. Awesome. That's looking decent. Down at the floor level, I think would be nice just to do a quick bit of detail like that. Maybe one more on either side, I think would look really nice for our nice wood burning stove. And we are getting some places with this design. So I've added some chairs here. Now I have found a redstone comparator. So I think this is a perfect Morse code machine. I think this is going to look great for that. One thing that's funny is I found this in my dusty redstone box. I literally in real life sneezed. Completely unrelated to anything like, dust in here, but that was more of a joke. But in real life, I was like, oh, I was like, that was perfect timing. I wish that was on video. Anyway, back in this section here, I want to add some, just some bookcases here. And I think this will kind of tell the story of the warehouse manager over here. These are his papers and his books and things. And I think that'll look really cool over on this corner here. And I think that that's just about it for this. Let's add a couple more details here and there. Also considering maybe a very small terracotta design right here, but this is a very frontier, very industrial design. So I really don't think a terracotta floor would look good here, but we got to map the area. So that's a big thing we need to do. Look at that map coming out. Very, very awesome. Look at the incredible detail throughout this area. We have Cubs, volcanic biome, we have Hermit Stone here, the dam leading into the outpost, we have our tents, of course our brand new depot, and then to the right is of course the passenger station along there, looking absolutely amazing. So we still need to map the arch right here, and then if we can work down in Iskal's base here, except for Iskal's still got all of his pranks active at the moment, but making maps is so much easier than they used to be with our rockets. Look at how fast this is. Boom, we just got ourselves, I think, a repeat of the same map. But we have an extra map here, but if you're good at this, you can definitely get it very well if you're playing a little more ahead than I did there. But this is just amazing to map now. Mapping is such a tedious process, but now look at this. We can just go bam. Look at that. We've got the archway now over there. We have Cub's house, False's giant jellyfish looking absolutely amazing. Now the question is, do we go up one more layer up here? I think maybe, because if we go out this far, no, if we go out down this way, we could get a little bit of Rendog's, Lush Mesa biome, and of course Iskal's and Tango's over here. Ah, yes, that's the idea. And we now have a beautiful map and of course, officially a telegraph office. So I got a little sign up there. So I think that helps kind of play out the story. Warehouse and station manager on that side. And there's the map looking super awesome. We got Hermit Stone at the top. We have the Frontier Outpost and all the little details here and there I think came out really, really cool. And I think it really fits in with the design. Now, let's go back here into the warehouse and I've got this place looking, how I want it. So we got some shelving units and things of that nature. And like I said before, make sure you come up with some ideas for, if we have a chest down on the ground like this. So if we have chests over in the corner like so, and then we have signs, pointing the direction on who this is going to or it's coming from. So think of particular hermits and fun inside jokes and things of that nature. And let's get started. So as I was kind of building out this interior, I was doing some thinking. was doing some thinking, which is dangerous sometimes. And I was just reminiscing about, joining Hermitcraft, and like we talked about a little bit earlier. And man, it was kind of a rough start, if you will. Not really like talked about it too much in terms of like the details, but I just remember the first day. I'm just looking for places that just put random supplies that have been shipped in and out of the warehouse. So just finding little things in Minecraft like the beacons, the ender chests, stoves, milkshake maker. See the milkshake maker up there? So all these little details, just trying to find places for them. And what I was trying to say by that, I mean, is when I started the first meeting, before the season had started, we had a great meeting. We got together, we came up with the Mesa idea and things like that. And just directly after that, I wasn't feeling well at all. And I fainted and fell, and it was a terrible thing, and like ended up in the hospital for a bit. And then finally kind of got over that, and the season was just starting. First day of recording, we were all super excited. Is that a cauldron? Oh, yes, it is. Put a cauldron up there. Look at that. Look at our warehouse is starting to fill in. So now what we need is these chests along the walls for you guys to tell me, shipping labels and things. So make sure you're working on that. So let's see. Here they are. Some TNT. Welcome, TNT. Get on inside my inventory. But what happened was I fainted, my heart got bad, and had to go in the hospital for a little bit. Then finally, like I said, I gotten over that. I was ready to start out the season. And then all of a sudden I had to go in for some tests, which then later found that I had to have surgery. And that was on the first day. So I missed a lot of the first days of recording. And kind of a rough start to the season. But I think we've really kind of come into a good pace right now. I really feel like we're making some really good content. I at least hope so. In my opinion, I think we're doing good, but of course it's up to you to decide that. And I think we've been really consistent and got a lot of good stuff. So I'm really optimistic for the future and of course this year. But yeah, it was definitely a bit of a hard start, starting out this, with the season. And like I said, hopefully this, coming year, we have lots of fun things planned and get to them. But I think it's always never let yourself get down in those circumstances. Yeah, I was missing out on a lot of stuff. It was really depressing to, you're just getting invited to this cool new group and you want to interact and hang out and stuff like that. But, you just do what you can, really. I think I found that the most. I'm just looking for places to set things. I'm just like, I think I'm going to put you there, and I'm going to store you right there, and then I'm going to put some chests. Actually, no, I think I'm going to back off this section right there. Put these guys along here, and these are the ones that I want you guys to help me with designs and all of those wonderful things. But like I was saying, it's all about just staying optimistic. I think that's the best anyone can ever really do in life, is just to, every time something's been dealt to you that's not a great hand, you just never let it bother you, because most of the time, if you can just keep things like that from bothering you, and then you are well on your way to defeating it. I think most things that happen to you in life, negative, are really reliant on how you react to it. Because if you get negative things and you react poorly, then it just continues to compound over and over, more and more negativity. But if you constantly try to always be as positive as you can, and I mean, being positive is probably the hardest thing, right? It's not easy always being positive. It's easy to fall into a negative line of thinking and things like that. But as long as you can always stay positive as best you can, good things do happen. Good things do happen in life. As long as you're positive, you work hard, and always are as good a person as you possibly can. Always strive to be better. That's at least what I always try to do. Always strive to be better. And I'm loving this. This is looking pretty darn cool. We've got all sorts of chests over here. We got some supplies being stored and shipped all about. We could add some more detail right here. I'm really considering adding a stove right there. Another one of our wood burning stoves. Some chests built up along this section over here. We need shipping labels. I might move this because it just looks like a light. I might move that, but I think that came out pretty cool. And then up here needs a little bit something too. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this room. Station house is now complete, so we've got to think about how we are going to build out our entrance. So this is looking very ugly. So let's look at how this perceives when you're walking down this pathway. So you go this way, you're down towards the tents. Now, looking this way, we need to build up a little bit of an entrance. And you can probably see that TNT in there. I replaced the beacon with the TNT. Good decision? Bad decision? I think it's a good decision. We just got to keep people with their redstone torches away from there. So I'm thinking about doing a little staircase right here and then finishing out the pathway along there. So I have my landscaping box. There we go. And what we need to also do is build down just a little bit of a staircase here. And then I think what I'm going to do is build an additional small staircase, just a little track crossing right here. No big, archway over the track, but just a small little, dip down in here and up. And then of course, we'll probably work on this section on a live stream, but yeah, this will take a little bit. So let me kind of organize this pathway out and get it finished up. I don't know what's happening here, but apparently I'm going to die, guys. Oh, this is not good. I tried to take a little sleep inside of a bed that turned out it was very dangerous and not something that you'd want to sleep in, apparently. Maybe it had some thorns in there. Oh, that was painful. Never sleep in this bed. It is a lie. Turns out if you sleep under these posts, it's going to suffocate you inside the wall and there is no way out. So I am absolutely loving this room. I think it's got a really cool kind of warehouse feel to it. Now moving into the Telegraph's office, this is very nice. Of course, we got a map, wood burning stove, and of course, Morse code system there. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So down in the corner over here, remember where we left off? We wanted to add some way of getting across the platform. So I built this little device kind of heading down over the tracks. So that's kind of a very industrial style where you just kind of walk over the tracks. Where we built for passengers, of course, we had the passengers go over the tracks. It's a little cleaner, a little nicer, but this, of course, is just industrial. Now, this, of course, is the pathway that will lead up to the sawmill. So we'll get that done on Twitch. So definitely follow me on the Twitter and the Twitch to be notified when I go live. And people always ask, Scar, what's the best way of getting notified when you're about to stream? It's definitely Twitter. So if you would like, you can follow me there to be notified. Now, this section, I've just worked on this. Now, this is where we need to add those crates. Remember we talked about, putting down a chest and putting a sign on it, and it's to or from a particular hermit. And I need you guys to write those signs for me in the comments. That's where we're going to kind of get those set up over there. I'll probably start on a few of those in a minute. And then this is looking good. We've got ourselves a little frontier action over here, just very rustic, very kind of wild. And I absolutely love that. So this is the part that it was kind of sad, but I had to get over it pretty quick. And that was the repurposing of this tent. I removed all the chests, which has been here pretty much from the start. So I tear all that out of there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add bunk beds, I think in all of these little spaces right here. And of course, this is the living quarters for some of the workers here at the outpost. So I think that's going to come out really cool. Now this tent over here, I'm really trying to figure out what to do with this one as it has these little kind of ways down underground. I don't really want to remove them. So what I'm going to do is probably build up an office right here. So just a simple office for this room. Now this of course is the blacksmith of the Frontier Outpost. And I was trying to think, like, is this useful in any kind of way? But I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna probably keep it the blacksmith. We have this nice design over in the back, and I don't really want to tear out the whole chimney system and of course the little lava pit. So I'm gonna leave it. And I'm pretty happy with just keeping it that way, but we definitely need to kind of spruce up the interior here. It's very bland, very boring. So if we go with more of a, less useful, more of a showpiece than a functional survival element like it once was. So that is kind of an update. So I need to start designing some bunk beds. And we now have an old storage room repurposed to a faux bunk tent for the outpost. And what? Apparently I broke that. There, now I fixed it. So this is what we've got. We've completely repurposed, as you can see. We now have actual Minecraft beds, which is one of the first times I actually used real Minecraft beds for kind of a faux living space. But I think it works because, of course, the Minecraft bed is actually made of oak. So I used oak as the accent colors throughout the room. And I've got a nice little carpet down the middle with lighting underneath. Nice little clock on the sides. Now these stairs over here made for extra depth in the design. Now I had a chest full of leather armor that was dyed to frontier colors, so very leathery colors. I just got rid of them before redoing this, and I kind of regret that. So I got to make some more of that, so I'll put those on the stands. Now over here, we've got our tools, bow and arrow, so I think that looks really nice. And on the other side, I couldn't think of another item, so I've got like a lead, I've got a saddle, and I don't know what. I could think of another one. So help me think of something to put in this final item frame here. And of course, we have some more space for other decorative items. And yeah, I'm very happy with the way this has come out. This actually came out way better than I expected. I was able to move this back a little bit more to give us just a smidge bit of room, lower down the floor by 1 block. And yeah, I'm very pleased with the way this has all come together. Now, some of these other tents, we'll have to save that for another episode because unfortunately our time today has come to an end. And I very, very much hope you got this. I thought this cat was standing on the other cat's head. I hope today's episode has given you some inspiration for your own Minecraft builds, or you just enjoyed watching it. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the videos deserve a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.